Welcome back. Well, Connecticut is full of young, talented artists, writers, musicians, and students. And this morning, we're highlighting a national writing and literacy campaign being headed up by a 22-year-old author, composer, and he went to school right here in our state. Joining us on this Good Morning Connecticut this morning is RJ Tolson to talk about it all. Good morning.
Good morning.
Thank you for being here this morning.
Thank you for having me.
So this is not your first or second. This is your third book that you just wrote. Can you talk to me about what inspired this book?
Sure. I was mostly inspired by my life at college. It wasn't a bad time or anything like that, but the people I met, the events that I did, all the writing I was doing, it was just great inspiration for my book in itself and the characters that were in the book.
And what is your book about?
So this is the second book in the 5-book series, and the first book was about a kid named Zephyr. This book is about Hugh, and it focuses on him becoming an agent, which is like a trained special ops type person, and trying to figure out what kind of happened to his family and what's going on with the world around him.
Wow, wow. And you're not just a writer, but also a composer as well.
Yes.
And you went to school at Cheshire Academy. So what was it about your time in Connecticut that inspired you to do all this?
My first book was really inspired by my time at Cheshire Academy as well as in Connecticut. I went to boarding school at Cheshire, but also I went to middle school at Rectory, which is in Connecticut as well. And I had great experiences there. I had a lot of good friends who inspired the characters in my book as well. I had some turmoil go on as well, and that inspired some of the events too. And
you're also a CEO of a company.
I am.
What does your company do?
So my company is an international multi-divisional company. We have 5 divisions. We have a social network, which is called Burst Out. We have a consulting firm called Epic. We have RJ Inc., which is a web design and computer technology. And then we also have publishing.
Wow, and when did you start it? You're only 22 now.
I started it when I was 17.
Wow, and so how many employees do you have?
123.
And is it difficult being 22, and I'm sure you have employees that are older than you?
Yes, I have a couple who are older than me. It's not very difficult because they're very respectful and we work well together. Great team.
That's awesome. That's amazing. So what's next? I mean, you've already done so much and accomplished so much.
Well, I'm releasing a couple new books in the next couple of months. I'm going to be traveling to England to do some business as well as go on tour, hopefully. And I'm just going to see where it goes.
What about your music?
I just released some pop music, some EDM type pop music, and so that's done pretty well. People like it seems like, so we'll see how that goes.
That's great, that's great. All right, well, thank you so much. We forgot to talk about the campaign for literacy as well. So how are you promoting literacy, and why is this important to you?
So I started the national literacy campaign by traveling around the country. I was just in Miami. I've traveled to California. I've gone all over New England. And that was to focus and inspire youth to read as well as to write and achieve their dreams. And I wrote my book, Project Limitless, which was my second book, a nonfiction one, to inspire youth as well as anyone of any age to really go for their goals and their dreams.
And how are you spreading the word?
By touring and social media on Twitter, Instagram, all that kind of stuff.
That's great. That's great. Thank you so much for being here and sitting down with us, and continued success with you.
Thank you.
I mean, it's great. It's great. It's
Thank
wonderful.
You.
Great to meet you.
Thank you.
And for more information on RJ, you can always head to our website, WTNH.com. Just click on that on-air tab and pull it down to the Good Morning Connecticut Weekend section.